Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be going over another one of the Barbarian Uniques, and this is one that I always liked, but they kind of changed it up on me, and I don't really like it anymore. But I mean, I don't think that necessarily makes it a bad item. Maybe I was just using it for the wrong purposes. I don't know. And that is, of course, Battle Trance. If you have been following my channel for a little while, you'll know that I have fun building Frenzy Barbarians, and I've built some pretty strong ones over the past couple seasons. And Battle Trance Amulet was one of the amulets I used in those Frenzy builds. But I don't touch it anymore for Frenzy builds, and it's because they changed it too much and made it into more of a non-frenzy item. I don't really know how to explain it other than that, but we're going to go over the amulet and I'm going to talk about it. So first off, it is an amulet, so it gets 25% to all resistances. That is a passive effect. And it also gets 6 to 8% critical strike chance, which isn't like terrible for an amulet. I mean, it's not bad. It also gets 8 to 12.5% damage reduction to close enemies, which is a pretty good bonus for pretty much any character that wants damage reduction. And it also gets plus 3 to Frenzy. This was brought down from 6 that it was before. It used to have 6 to Frenzy, now it only has 3. A little bit of a nerf there. They also added in ranks to Duelist, which, if you can see with a greater affix, can go up to 8. Duelist is a specific passive in the Barbarian tree that gives you increased attack speed of 3% per rank up to a maximum. And that 3% per rank is obviously with an 8. What would that be? 8 times 3, which is 16, 24. What is that, 24? I think so, right? But it's a pretty decent amount of increased attack speed, but only if you're using one-handed weapons, which of course you have to do when you're using Frenzy. On top of this, increasing Frenzy's maximum stacks by 2, which means that you end up with 2 more stacks on Frenzy, and you get a better bonus. So for instance, Frenzy has, if Frenzy hits an enemy, its attack speed is increased by 20% for up to 5.8 seconds. While Frenzy is granting bonus, where's it? It doesn't say it on here. Hold on. Let's go to the actual skill here. So we got, you gain 8% damage reduction for each stacks of Frenzy that you have, or you can also go while berserking. Your other skills gain 5% attack speed for each stack of Frenzy you have. You can get up to 3 stacks with Frenzy, so while you're attacking with Frenzy, you can generate 3 stacks, as you can see. The Amulet allows you to generate more than 3 stacks, so once you have the Amulet on, you can generate up to 5 stacks, which of course is going to enhance all those bonuses that you're getting. So you're going to get additional bonuses, like for instance with the Frenzy bonus on the Battle Frenzy side, you're going to get an additional 5% per stack, so an additional 10%. And with the Combat Frenzy, you're going to get an additional 8% per stack, so an additional 16% for putting on the amulet. There's a lot of various buffs that are going on that are going to help you by increasing the number of stacks that you can potentially have, and obviously there's also more to it. While at maximum stacks, you deal 30% increased damage, and your other skills gain 55% increased attack speed. They've basically kind of set this amulet up as like 4 other skills, not really for your Frenzy ability itself. They took away the Frenzy ranks because they didn't really want you stacking Frenzy on this particular item. A lot of the buffs with Frenzy have to do with beefing up other skills and giving the other skills attack speed, as well as the fact that it's kind of set up more for other abilities now. I do think that with the addition of the Frenzy duration, you can definitely get the Frenzy duration high enough to be useful on other abilities now. So like, for instance, I don't know, let's just as an example, let's say you wanted to use Frenzy with, say, I don't know, Whirlwind. You could beef up the duration of Frenzy so it lasts for maybe like 10-15 seconds, and then of course you could utilize that attack speed bonus to make your Whirlwind swing faster, which could be kind of interesting. Personally, I think at this point, especially with the Shard of Verithiel in the mix, I probably, if I were building a Frenzy Barbarian, specifically like a basic skill Frenzy, I probably wouldn't go with Battle Trance anymore. It'd probably be something else.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Ginger Evil Mentor here. Why bother farming when you can go to MMOEXP.com and simply purchase your items in gold? GGM would have you farm the items. What a pathetic being. Use code GEM Ginger Evil Mentor for 6% off your entire purchase. And don't tell Ginger Gaming Mentor that I was here.
I'm not exactly sure what, but it'd probably be something else. Maybe something like Romulandi's Magnum Opus with a like Melted Heart of Selig would probably be a better choice, I think, at this point with the 60 maximum resource and then the zero point 0.5 scaling on the Romulandis to really make it shine. This amulet has definitely been set up for like beefing up other skills. Like basically what they're trying to get you to do is they're trying to get you to use this to beef up like double swing or whirlwind or upheaval or whatever other abilities you may have because it's going to give you a 55% increased attack speed for other skills. Not for Frenzy itself, but for other abilities. Frenzy actually gets its own like massive increases into attack speed, and by the time you're done with all the attack speed bonuses that Frenzy has, it ends up being like pretty ridiculous, to be perfectly honest. Where can you get yourself a Battle Trance amulet? We'll go over that as well. And let's also read the flavor text, which is that the change that overtook my brother in battle was terrifying. His eyes turned hard like diamonds, and the way he moved, it was like he was dancing to music only he could hear. Captain Durvin. So if you want to get your hands on this, you can use our unique item tool here, target farming tool on Diablo 4.life. And you just go to Barbarian, and then you're going to go to Battle Trance. And you can see the Battle Trance drops from two different monsters, both Grigore, the Galvanic Saint, and also the Beast in the Ice, which is pretty easy to get your hands on, to be perfectly honest. You're going to have much a harder time finding a perfect one, but yeah. That's, neither here nor there. Finding yourself a really nice one of these would be really cool. Like Greater Affix on the Duelist obviously gives you a nice amount of attack speed bonus. Greater Affix on the Frenzy could be interesting for the basic Barb if you still wanted to try and use this on the basic. Damage reduction, obviously Greater Affix on that would be really nice as well. And even the Critical Strike chance. I imagine a 4 Greater Affix version of this would be very, very beautiful indeed. That's pretty much it for this item. It's one of those items that's getting overshadowed by other pieces of equipment that can potentially go in your amulet slot. Amulets are getting pretty crazy these days with the tempering things you can put on them, the passives that you can get on them, the unique amulets and the mythic unique amulets and stuff. There's so many good options these days that Battle Trance has a hard time competing, but it's not exactly a bad amulet by any means. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. It really helps out. And as always, keep watching.